Everyone, Vermont Red Pill here. I just want to touch on a couple of things that happened this week that are just little brief little blurps. One of them has to do with the Odyssey. I'm still gonna go see it because this is a Christopher Nolan film, and Christopher Nolan. I can't think of where he has misstepped. I even enjoyed Tenet, but I like those. I like those like sci-fi time loop movies. I would actually really like to make a list at some point of like the top 10 time loop movies. When obviously Looper will be on there. So Christopher Nolan, he makes a lot of great movies. He made Batman Begins. He did Oppenheimer, where the first time he ever won an Oscar. And now, as a brand new Oscar-winning director, he has decided to take on Homer's classic, The Odyssey, which I don't know if there's any. I can't remember any movies about the Odyssey, like ever. So at least not in my lifetime. Maybe there's like a 1930s Odyssey, though I really doubt it. You needed to have. It would be like the Ten Commandments, that movie. I've seen the trailer for it, and I think that this was before all of the controversy came out about race swapping. They took Helena Troy, who's supposed to be pale or pale, I think, with blonde hair or reddish hair, or basically light hair. Sorry, my cat, I don't know what's going on with her, but she wants attention, and it's just very distracting because she's in and out, right? So anyway, Helena Troy, right? She's supposed to be like the most beautiful woman in the world. Well, Lupita Nyong'o, though I think she's beautiful, she is not, in my opinion, very good Helena Troy. She should be blonde and have a lot of hair, okay? If she has to be like African, then she should have long blonde hair. Or light brown. I don't know, whatever, that would be interesting. We could have her be black but have light hair. Like a Valerian from House of Dragon, Hot D. And they're also upset because for the longest time people thought that Elliot Page, formerly Ellen Page, Elliot Page was going to play Achilles, which just sounds like the most ridiculous thing ever. Elliot Page is 5'1". And if she was to play Achilles, that would be the craziest thing I've ever heard. So no, she's not playing Achilles. And then people were like, oh, well, she's playing Achilles' ghost. And she's a ghost, so she can be, tiny. Which is stupid too. But we've just found out that she actually plays like a Greek soldier. I don't know. She plays a soldier, and she's a character in one of Homer's poems, but not the Odyssey. So she doesn't. Oh my god, this is so hard. See, this is why you guys shouldn't force the pronouns on us. Because I screw up, even though I don't mean to. I'm not meaning to. It's such bullshit that you have control over how I talk about you when you're not around. Anyway, I didn't mean any harm by that. I'm just really bad. Okay, boomer, just give me the boomer, okay? I hate this shit. I seriously hate this shit. And I wish that the trans people would take it a little bit more easy on us when we slip up. Jesus, people, we're not perfect, and this is a very weird world that we're living in when we have to say certain things about people, because if you don't, you're a bad person. What happened to sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me? Is that like not a thing anymore? Do they teach that to children anymore? Probably not. It's probably taboo, like sitting Indian style. You can't sit Indian style. You have to sit crisscross applecross. Wait, crisscross applesauce. Okay, and we went from Indian to applesauce because the Indian style is racist, I guess. Hey, if you didn't know that, now you do. The more you know. The Odyssey, it did not look good to me. In the trailer, and again, this was before I knew Elliot Page was going to play a Greek warrior or whatever warrior, and that Helena Troy was going to be Lupita Nyong'o. I didn't know about this. I watched the trailer. I was not excited at all. It was just so dull, and it didn't feel like the epic that it's supposed to feel like. Like, I remember seeing Independence Day's trailer way back in the day, and it blew me away. I could not wait to watch it. Same thing with like Armageddon. Trailers are supposed to get you excited, right? The opposite watching this trailer. No wonder this trailer has been so ratioed. It's just not good. It's not good. It shows all the different problems outside of the ones that I just mentioned. Like, the costumes are terrible. They I mean, if they were going to go with what was traditional, that would look kind of silly-ish too. But we're going like I don't Robert Pattinson's soldier looks like Batman as a soldier. Like, I can't stop thinking about Batman when I see that. It's the Dark Knight in a war, you know? The Trojan Dark Knight. That's what and that's like not even like the other soldiers wearing their armor. It's terrible. You see these things, they take you out a little bit, right? You're like, ooh. And then I see who the cast is, and this little voice that I heard before in something, it might have been an X post, which is Matt Damon's not good in historical films. And I watched him in this trailer, and that came back to me, floated in my head. Matt Damon's not good because I didn't feel immersed. I didn't feel excited. I kind of felt like it's just Matt Damon standing there and he is just spitting out lines. I didn't feel like there was a character there, but maybe that's like a Matt Damon thing. I don't know. I don't know who I would have chosen to play Odysseus. Not like off the top of my head right now, but I don't know if Matt Damon would have been the one that I chose. I would probably choose Ben Affleck over Matt Damon, actually. I don't know. It's just, we'll see how he does. I am going to have an open mind about this. So, yeah, if it's a misstep, it's a misstep. Should still go and see it and give it a shot. So, yeah, the armor's bad. They literally hired no Greek actors at all. And the Greek people are pretty upset about that. They're upset about a lot of things, especially that, though. I mean, how hard would it have been for you, Hollywood, to, I don't know, cast a few soldiers who are actually Greek actors? Why didn't you cast Helena Troy as a Greek woman? I mean, that would have been really beautiful and nice for the culture. They would have embraced that, and maybe nobody would have cared about Elliot Page's tiny little soldier. You know, like, give the audience what they want, or at least respect the culture the story came from. And we're not going to get either with this based on the trailers. They don't have English accents, guys. They don't speak in like old English. They don't speak like they do in Game of Thrones or most period pieces. They speak like us. There's a part in it where in the trailer Robert Pattinson says something to Tom Holland about like, you didn't even know your daddy or whatever. Didn't they use the word like father or, you know, what? Daddy was not a word then. Daddy. It that's just a small quibble, but they're going to be talking like that throughout the whole entire movie. And I bet you anything we're going to get it anyways. Okay? It's going to be freaking the Trojan War, and Odysseus is going to be like, well, they weren't ready for us anyways. That would I hate that we lost the battle, guys. We lost the battle of anyway. Yep. Nope. Anyways is just, you hear it all the time now. It's just, it is what it is, okay? But you know what? In response to that, we got retard back. We can use retard. Like, I think it's a fair trade. They go anyways, and we can say retard to people that are being really freaking stupid. And if people get offended by it like they did before, we're not calling the mentally disabled, or people with Down syndrome or autism, we're not calling them retards. That's not about them. It's about regular people doing stupid shit, and the word fool isn't good enough. You gotta go retard. So I'm sorry to go off on a tangent on that, but we lost the anyways battle, and I wouldn't be surprised to see it show up in the Odyssey. It, again, open mind, still gonna go and see it. Didn't make me excited about anything. And let me just tell you guys, when DEI, when diversity, equity, inclusion, or CRT, which is critical race theory things, pop up in movies, it's like a jump scare to me. Like, I want to be immersed in the movie. But if I'm watching a period picture and there's just black people dotted all over into England, and I don't know, it's like when you get like strong female thing or what. It's a certain trope, and it just takes you out of the movie like a jump scare. Like, Elliot Page, geez, tiny soldier, Helen is Troy. Where am I? Message. This is going to be an Oscar movie, so we got to do the message. The message is most important thing ever. So get back in the movie. Sometimes there's so many of these little woke moments that you just can't get back into the movie. I feel like if I was to go and see Supergirl, that would literally like be the whole entire movie. So not planning on seeing that, but I am planning on seeing the Odyssey, and I hope it's good. I am going to go in with an open mind, but I'm going to expect it to be bad. That way, if it's average or even sort of good, it's going to be really good, right? The critics are saying, the ones that have already seen it, that is really, really good. But still waiting on what is the rest of America going to think about the Odyssey. I guess we'll have to wait and see. Okay, the last bit of news that I have here it's just a quick question about Charlie Kirk's killer's furry trans lover, Lance Twiggs. Now, I don't know how much you guys are following up the Charlie Kirk case, but the man who shot Charlie Kirk was in a relationship with a trans... See, again, having issues with a biological man that believed he's or living as a woman, or sometimes living as a woman, and also like a furry too, I guess. They were dating. The guy that shot Charlie Kirk basically was dating a trans furry person, and they were in a relationship together. And I believe that the guy who shot Charlie Kirk, who I'm not even going to give him a name because he doesn't even I hope it doesn't ever echo in history, but of course it will. But anyway, that guy, I think, came from somewhat conservative background. I mean, there's definitely hunting and things like that, and it just seems like his family was more on the conservative side. And I guess that, like, maybe they didn't accept what was going on with Lance and their son. So I don't know whether or not the guy that shot Charlie Kirk was radicalized. There's so many different conspiracy theories about this. I'll leave that to Candace Owens and Jimmy Dore, other people, Sabby Sabs, whoever wants to cover it. It is not my place. I know very minimal about, okay, well, is it Israel? Did Israel put the Charlie Kirk shooter up to doing that? Did they give him lessons on how to be a sniper? Did they pay for the gun? No, they didn't do any of that stuff. But I mean, it is possible that he was put up, he was encouraged, let's say, by outside sources to, they riled him up about the fact that Charlie, it's not like Charlie didn't like trans people, but he was under the impression that Charlie Kirk was a threat to his trans relationship or whatever. That's the whole reason why Charlie Kirk's killer shot him. So his lover, Charlie Kirk's shooter's lover, Lance Twiggs, the one who is trans female, you know, biological male into female, and also the furry, they got immunity from the cops, and they told the cops everything they knew, gave them notes, evidence, things like that, like all the text messages that they exchanged after Charlie Kirk shooter did what he did. I should just call him like shithead or something. Maybe I'll just go with shithead. So anyway, shithead's lover makes a deal with the cops. He gets immunity, and he has like a deposition, I think, or an interview and with the cops that they played in court, and it was very interesting. But I'm not going to talk about what Lance said. I'm going to talk about the fact that Lance showed up for that interview as a man. Is this why? Why are you a man in this? Are you afraid to show everybody what you showed shithead? You know, shithead might have been gay, but maybe it was okay that he was gay as long as you believed that you were female. Now, how did he feel in court seeing you as a male dressed in a suit? Not looking like a female, like at all, speaking like a man. I don't know, but I guess I was shocked. I was like, what? Lance looks like a man. I was expecting to see at least a feminine looking man. No. Elliot Page is more feminine looking than Lance Twiggs. So Lance spills the beans, tells everything that he knows, and throws his lover under the bus. And shithead just sits there and watches the whole video. And you know, I don't give a crap what shithead thought of anything. And I'm not even going to talk about the fact that I guess that he was laughing with his counsel during a really inappropriate time. I'm just gonna say I was just really surprised by that. Like, maybe tell me in the comments, why do you think that Lance Twiggs showed up for his interview with the cops as a man? Why? What do you think? You guys have any answer other than like, oh, he wanted to look more professional, or he changed his mind? And I don't know. It's just very weird. It was a thought that popped in my head. Thanks for listening. I'll see you next time. God bless America. Bye.